rain all day. Stay a couple more days and then go, I think. Gotta see it.
More than yesterday. There must be...
You will be saying prayers in the garden, just follow the others. You will be saying prayers in the garden, just follow the others. Just follow the others, you will be saying prayers in the garden.
Brother, Papu is already late for prayers.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
The object of this massive tribute died as he had always lived, a private man without wealth, without property, without official title or office. Mahatma Gandhi was not the commander of armies nor a ruler of vast lands. He could not boast any scientific achievement or artistic gift. Yet men, governments, and dignitaries from all over the world have joined hands today to pay homage to this little brown man in the loincloth who led his country to freedom. In the words of General George C. Marshall, the American Secretary of State, Mahatma Gandhi has become the spokesman for the conscience of all mankind. He was a man who made humility and simple truth more powerful than empires. And Albert Einstein added, generations to come will scarce believe that such a one as this, ever in flesh and blood, walked upon this earth.
Tell me, do you think about hell? No, neither do I. But this man here is a Christian, and he's written that in order to believe...
Excuse me, sir. How long have you been in South Africa?
A week?
I don't know how you got a ticket.
Just what are you doing in this car, Coolie?
I have a ticket. A first-class ticket.
How did you get out of it?
I sent for it in the post. I'm an attorney, and I didn't have time
There are no colored attorneys in South Africa. Go and sit where you belong.
I'll take your luggage back, sir.
No. Just a moment, please. You see? Mohandas K. Gandhi, attorney at law. I'm on my way to Pretoria to conduct a case for an Indian trading firm.
Didn't you hear me? There are no colored attorneys in South Africa.
Sir, I was called to the bar in London and enrolled at the High Court of Chancery. I am, therefore, an attorney. And since I am, in your eyes, colored, I think we can deduce that there is at least one colored attorney in South Africa.
Smart bloody Kaffir. Throw him.
Just move your black ass back to third class, or I'll have you thrown over the next station.
But I always go first class. I've traveled all... But you're a rich man. Why do you put up with it?
Yes, I am rich, but I am Indian. I therefore do not expect to travel first class.
In England, I was a poor student.
Oh, that was England.
This is part of England's empire.
Gandhi, you look at Mr. Khan and you see a successful Muslim trader. Most South Africans see him simply as an Indian. And the vast majority of Indians, mostly Hindus like yourself, were brought here to work the mines and harvest the crops. Most Europeans don't want them doing anything else.
But that is very un-Christian.
Mr. Gandhi, in this country, Indians are not allowed to walk along the pavement with a Christian.
You mean you employ Mr. Baker as your attorney, but you can't walk down the street with him?
Well, I can. But I risk being kicked into the gutter by someone less holy than Mr. Baker.
Well, then it must be fought. We are children of God, like everyone else.
Allah be praised. And what battalions will you call upon?
I will write to the press, here and in England, and I will use the courts.
You will cause a great deal of trouble. Our position
We
in
are
this country...
members of the empire. And we come from an ancient civilization. Why should we not walk on the pavements like other men?
I rather like the idea of an Indian barrister in South Africa. I'm sure our community could keep you in work for some time, Mr. Gandhi, even if you caused a good deal of trouble. Especially if you caused a good deal of trouble.
There's the English reporter. I told you he'd come.
You also said your article would draw 1,000 people. At least some of the Hindus brought their wives.
No, I asked my wife to organize that.
Some of them are leaving.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have asked you to gather here to help us proclaim our right to be treated as equal citizens of the empire. We do not seek conflict, We know the strength of the forces arrayed against us. Know that because of them, we can only use peaceful means, but we are determined that justice will be done. The symbol of our status is embodied in this pass, which we must carry at all times, but which no European even has to have. The first step towards changing our status is to eliminate this difference between us.
No?
You write brilliantly, but you have much to learn about handling men. We do not want to ignite the fear or hatred of anyone, but we ask you, Hindu, Muslim, and Sikh, to help us light up the sky and the minds of the British authorities with our defiance of this injustice. We will now burn the passes of our committee and its supporters. We ask you to put your passes on the fire with the conviction.
Those passes are government property, and I will arrest the first man who tries to burn one.
Take him away. You little Sammy.
Now! Are there any more? If you want this kind of trouble, you can have it.
Let me go! Let me go!
Stop.
The London papers have arrived from the Cape, sir.
Yes?
The worst was the Daily Mail, sir. They said the burning of passes by Mr. Gandhi.
Ask Mr. Herzog to see
The burning of passes by Mr. Gandhi was the most significant act in colonial affairs since the Declaration of Independence.
Did they? Well, they'll find we're a little better prepared this time. Mr. Gandhi will find he's on a long hiding to nothing.
A High Court judge has confirmed that Mr. Gandhi would have been within his rights to prosecute for assault since neither he nor Mr. Khan resisted arrest. I told you about English law.
As I told you about English policemen.
Yes.
We are very pleased to have you back, Papa.
And I am glad to be back. Come.
Mind your face.
Tomorrow I'll tell you about my days in a police hospital.
Come, come.
Just like proper English gentlemen, I'm proud of them.
They're boys. And they're Indian.
Will you take this off? It pinches every time I speak. I've got it.
You'd be Gandhi. I thought you'd be bigger.
Oh. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. My name's Charlie Andrews. I've come from India. I've read a great deal about you.
Some of it good, I hope. You care to walk? You're a clergyman?
Yes. I met some remarkable people in India, and when I read what you were doing here, I wanted to help. Does that surprise you?
Not anymore. At first, I was amazed, but when you're fighting in a just cause, people seem to pop up, like you, right out of the pavement. Even when it's dangerous or...
Hey, look what's coming. A white shepherd leading a brown Sammy.
Perhaps we should,
Doesn't the New Testament say if your enemy strikes you on the right cheek, offer him the left?
Well, I think perhaps the phrase was used metaphorically. I don't think that
I'm not so sure. I have thought about it a great deal, and I suspect he meant you must show courage. Be willing to take a blow, several blows, to show you will not strike back, nor will you be turned aside. And when you do that, it calls on something in human nature, something that makes his hatred for you decrease and his respect increase. I think Christ grasped that, and I have seen it work. Good morning.
Get off the pavement, you bloody coon.
Yeah, get off.
Gaffer.
Alan! Alan! What's he doing?
Nothing.
Come out where I can see you! I said, what you doing?
We were just trying to clean up the neighborhood a little.
You're late for work already. I thought you'd gone 10 minutes ago. Get on!
You'll find there's room for us all.
That was lucky.
I thought you were a man of God.
I am, but I'm not so egotistical as to think he plans his day around my dilemmas.
Good Gaffer.
Yes, you could call it a communal farm, I suppose. But we've all come to the same conclusions. Our Gita, the Muslims' Quran, your Bible. It's always the simple things that catch your breath. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Not always practiced, but it's something we Hindus could learn a lot from.
And that's the kind of thing you'll be seeking on this farm?
Well, we shall try.
Bad news, I'm afraid. They're going to change the pass laws.
It's taken time, but it needed to be done fairly. We didn't want to create an injustice simply because Mr. Gandhi was abusing our existing legislation.
Just one moment, sir, please.
Do you mind?
I beg your pardon.
But on a short trip, I wouldn't spend too much time on the Indian question, Mr. Walker. It's a tiny factor in South African life.
Well, it is news at the moment. Of course, I do plan to report on the condition of the mines here as well as the economy.
Good.
But I would like to meet this Mr. Gandhi. Gandhi.
Of course. We Westerners have a weakness for these spiritually inclined men of India. But as an old lawyer, let me warn you, Mr. Gandhi is as shrewd a man as you will ever meet, however otherworldly he may seem. But I'm sure you're enough of a reporter to see that.
I hope so. Thank you for your time, sir.
So it's not spiritualism or nationalism. We're not resisting anything but the idea that people can't live together. You see, Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Jews, even Christians. Mr. Walker of the New York Times. How you doing? Without a paper, a journal of some kind, you cannot unite a community. You belong to a very important profession.
And what do you think an important professional should write about your response to General Smuts' newest legislation?
I don't know. I'm still searching for a response.
You will respect the law.
There are unjust laws as there are unjust men.
You're an awful small minority to take on the South African government, not to mention the British Empire.
If you are a minority of one, the truth is the truth. Herman Kallenberg. He's our chief carpenter, also our chief benefactor.
Vince Walker, New York Times.
Look,
Well, this is quite a place you got here. And you call it an ashram?
That's right. The word only means community, but it could stand for village or the world.
You're an ambitious man, Mr. Gandhi.
I hope not.
I hear that you also participate in preparing the meals and cleaning the toilets. Is that part of the experiment?
Bar? We will need another place set for Mr. Walker's driver.
I will tell Tara.
Yes, it's one way to learn that each man's labor is as important as another's. In fact, while you're doing it, cleaning the toilet seems far more important than the law. Please, come and join us. You'll need something before your journey back. Would you excuse me, please?
Yeah, sure.
What is it?
Sora was sent to tell me I must rake and cover the latrine.
That's right. Everyone takes their turn.
It is the work of untouchables.
In this place, there are no untouchables, and no work is beneath any of us.
I'm your wife.
All the more reason.
As you command. The others may follow you, but you forget. I knew you when you were a boy.
It's not me. It's the principle. And you will do it with joy or not do it at all.
Not at all, then.
All right, then go. You don't belong here. Go, leave the ashram. Get out. All together, we don't.
What are you doing? Have you no shame? I'm your wife. Where do you expect me to go?
What's the matter with me?
You are human. Only human. And it's even harder for those of us who do not even want to be as good as you do.
I apologize. I must get back to that reporter.
And I must rake and cover the latrine.
I want to welcome you all. Every one of you. We have no secrets. Let us begin by being clear about General Smuts' new law. All Indians must now be fingerprinted, like criminals, men and women. No marriage other than a Christian marriage is considered valid. Under this act, our wives and mothers are whores, and every man here is a bastard.
He has become quite good at this.
And a policeman passing an Indian dwelling, I will not call them homes, may enter and demand the card of any Indian woman whose dwelling it is. Understand? He does not have to stand at the door. He may enter.
I will not allow it.
I swear to Allah, I'll kill the man who offers that insult to my home and my wife. And let them hang me.
I say, talk means nothing. Kill off your officials before they disgrace one Indian woman.
Then they might think twice about such laws. In that cause, I would be willing to die.
I praise such courage. I need such courage because in this cause I too am prepared to die. But, my friend, there is no cause for which I am prepared to kill. Whatever they do to us, we will attack no one, kill no one, but we will not give our fingerprints, not one of us. They will imprison us, they will fine us, they will seize our possessions, but they cannot take away our self-respect if we do not give it to them.
Have you been to prison? They beat us and torture us. I say that we should...
I am asking you to fight against their anger, not to provoke it. We will not strike a blow, but we will receive them, and through our pain, we will make them see their injustice, and it will hurt, as all fighting hurts. But we cannot lose. We cannot. They may torture my body, break my bones, even kill me. Then they will have my dead body, not my obedience. We are Hindu and Muslim, children of God, each one of us. Let us take a solemn oath in his name that, come what may, we will not submit to this law. God save our gracious King, thou live our noble King. God save our King.
These men are contracted laborers. They belong in the mines.
You've put their comrades in jail. When you free them, they will go back to work.
I've warned you.
We've warned each other.
I don't think that's very good.
Steady. Go. Up. At the center. John!
We should lie down. Down! Down! The horses won't trample on us. Lie down! Lie down!
Now what the hell do we do?
Let them march. In our own sweet time, in our own sweet way, we'll get them.
Some of you may be rejoicing that Mr. Gandhi has at last been put into prison. But I would ask you, assembled here in this house of God, to recognize that we are witnessing something new, something so unexpected, so unusual, that it is not surprising the government is at a loss. What Mr. Gandhi has forced us to do is ask questions about ourselves. As Christians, those are difficult questions to answer. How do we treat men who defy an unjust law, who will not fight, but will not comply? As Christians, or as people who have not heard the word of
They're sparing no one, I see.
Ah, no. You were the surprise. It has been all over the prison. We thought they would be too afraid of the English press.
So did I.
I don't know who they have left out there to do the work. Have they touched the women?
My wife publicly defied the law. They've arrested her and 4 others. It split the government.
Well, that's one victory.
If we hold firm, it won't be the last.
Don't worry. I have never seen men so determined. You have given them a way to fight.
Gandhi! I want Gandhi! Which Sammy is it?
Ah, Mr. Gandhi. I thought we might have a little talk. Thank you, Daniels. Will you have a glass of sherry?
Thank you. No.
Perhaps some tea?
I dined at the prison.
Please, do come and sit down. Mr. Gandhi, I've more or less decided to ask the House to repeal the act that you have taken such exception to.
Well, if you ask, General Smuts, I'm sure it will be done.
It's not quite that simple.
Somehow I expected not.
I thought of calling for a royal commission to investigate the new legislation. I think I could guarantee they would recommend the act be repealed.
I congratulate them.
But they might also recommend that all future Indian emigration be severely restricted, even stopped.
Immigration was not an issue on which we fought. It would be wrong of us to make it one now that we are in a position of advantage.
I'm ordering the release of all prisoners within the next 24 hours. You yourself are free as from this moment. Assuming we are in agreement.
Yes, yes. It's just that in these clothes, I would prefer to go by taxi.
All right, fine.
I'm afraid I have no money.
Oh, neither have I.
Huh.
I'm awfully sorry. Daniels, would you lend Mr. Gandhi a shilling for a taxi?
I beg your pardon, sir.
How far will you be going, Gandhi?
Well, now that this is settled, I had thought seriously of going back to India. But a shilling will do splendidly for the moment. Thank you. I'm obliged, Mr. Daniels, but I can find my own way out.
God, he loves it. Sure he hates it. Generals' reputations are being made in France today. Fighting on the Western Front. Not as military governors in India. The devil's going on back there?
Must be that Indian that made all that fuss back in Africa. My cabin boy told me he was on board. There he is.
God, he's dressed like a coolie. I thought he was a lawyer.
Mr. Gandhi, have you refused to wear European clothes?
No, I haven't refused. I simply wanted to dress the way my comrades in prison dress.
Mr. Gandhi, will you support the war effort?
If, as a citizen, I wish to enjoy the benefits and protection of the British Empire, it would be wrong of me not to help in its defense.
Thank you, sir.
Now that you're back in India, what are you going to do?
I don't know.
Mr. Gandhi.
I don't know.
Mr. Gandhi, one more question.
As an Indian woman, how could you accept the indignity of prison?
My dignity comes from following my husband.
Thank you very much.
Just a few words, and then we'll get you to civilization. May I? I'm glad to be home. And, I thank you for your greeting. I'll follow with your wife. Don't worry, everything's arranged. Who is that young man?
That's young Nehru.
He's got his father's intellect, his mother's good looks, and the devil's own charm. If they don't ruin him at Cambridge, wait. He might amount to something. I must say, when I first saw you as a bumbling lawyer here in Bombay, I never thought I'd be greeting you as a national hero.
I'm hardly that, Mr. Patel.
Oh, yes, you are. It's been 200 years since an Indian has cocked a snook at the British Empire and got away with it. And stop calling me Mr. Patel. You're not a junior clerk anymore. The new military governor of the Northwest Frontier Province was on that ship. Too bad you came back third class. He might have been impressed by a successful barrister who had outmaneuvered General Smuts.
Yes, I'm sure.
Are you involved too, Mrs. Nehru?
Oh, no. I leave practical matters to my husband and revolution to my son.
Mr. Gandhi, I'd like you to meet Mr. Jinnah, our joint host, member of Congress and leader of the Muslim League. And Mr. Prakash, who I fear is awaiting trial for sedition and inducement to murder.
I have not actually pulled the trigger, Mr. Gandhi. I have simply written that if an Englishman kills an Indian for disobeying his law, then it is an Indian's duty to kill an Englishman for enforcing his law in a land that is not his.
It's a clever argument. I'm not sure it'll produce the end you desire.
We hope you're going to join us in our struggle for home rule, Mr. Gandhi.
Well,
Excuse me, may I, Mohan? There's someone I would like him to meet.
Oh, excuse me.
Sorry to rush you from one group to another.
He told the press he'd support the British in the war.
That's non-violence for you.
You know, Mohan, now I have a confession to make. I didn't decide to come to South Africa. Professor Gokhale sent me.
We are trying to make a nation, Gandhi. But the British keep trying to break us up into religion, municipality, provinces. What you were writing in South Africa, that's what we need here.
I have so much to learn about India, and I have to begin my practice again. One needs money to run a journal.
Nonsense. Go on, Charlie. This is Indian talk. We want none of you imperialists here.
All right, then. I'll go and write my report to the Viceroy.
You go and find a pretty Hindu woman and convert her to Christianity. That's as much mischief as you are allowed. Come, let's find a quiet corner. Now, you forget about your practice. You have other things to do. India has many men with too much wealth. And it's their privilege to nourish the effort of the few who can raise India from servitude and apathy. I'll see to it. You begin your journal.
I have little to say.
Come, let's sit down.
India is an alien country to me.
Change that. Go and find India. Not what you see here, but the real India. You will see what needs to be said, what we need to hear. When I saw you in that tunic, I knew. I knew I could die in peace. Make India proud of herself.
Charlie, please. You're both being foolish.
But the air is lovely. Anyway, there's no room in there.
Please, come in. Come in.
No violence, please.
Let me hang on with two hands or I will fall.
Englishman, sahib! Come, there is room up here. Put your foot on the window. Come.
What are you doing?
Going nearer to God.
Charlie, be careful.
Let go.
Let go.
Let go. Let go.
Oh, dear.
You see, it is most comfortable.
Sahab, are you a Christian?
Yes, I'm a Christian.
I know a Christian.
Ah.
She drinks blood. Blood of Christ. Every Sunday.
Charlie! It's all right, Sahib. It's very safe. Ben! Pray to God, Sahib. Now is when it is best to be Hindu.
I agree with Jinnah. Now that the Americans are in, the war will be over soon. The Germans are worn out as it is. And our first act should be to convene a Congress Party convention and demand independence.
And we will speak with one voice, united.
And we should invite Gandhi. What the devil's happened to him anyway?
He's discovering India.
Which is a lot better than making trouble where it matters. Invite him, let him say his piece about South Africa, and then let him slip into oblivion.
Insurgents. They've derailed a troop train.
Keep clear, come on.
They've killed an English soldier.
We were asked for toleration. We were asked for patience. Some of us gave it, and some did not. Well, their war is over. And those of us who supported it, and those of us who refused, must forget our differences. And there can be no excuses from the British now. India wants home rule. India demands home rule! Congratulations.
And let no one question that Mr. Jinnah speaks not just for the Muslims, but for all India. And now, I'm going to introduce to you a man whose writings we are all becoming familiar with. A man who stood in high esteem with our own beloved Gokhale. A man whose accomplishments in South Africa will always be remembered. Mr. Mohandas Gandhi.
Your journal has made great impact. I'm flattered by Mr. Patel. I would be even more flattered if what he said were true.
But it is true. I read it often.
Since I returned from South Africa, I have traveled over much of India, and I know that I could travel for many more years and still only see a small part of her. And yet I already know that what we say here means nothing to the masses of our country. Here, we make speeches for each other and those English liberal magazines that may grant us a few lines. But the people of India are untouched. Their politics are confined to bread and salt. Illiterate they may be, but they're not blind. They see no reason to give their loyalty to rich and powerful men who simply want to take over the role of the British in the name of freedom. This Congress tells the world it represents India. My brothers, India is 700,000 villages. Not a few hundred lawyers in Delhi and Bombay. Until we stand in the fields with the millions that toil each day under the hot sun, we will not represent India. Nor will we ever be able to challenge the British as one nation.
Have you read his magazine?
No. But I think I'm going to.
This can't be the way. Yes, I'm sure this is the direction India's taking. To think I almost got excited by Mr. Jinnah when all this was awaiting me.
We're looking for Mr. Gandhi. Ah, well, I think you'll find him under that tree over there.
Thank you.
Come on, I'm anxious.
anxious to meet this new force.
I try to live like an Indian, as you see. It's stupid, of course. Because in our country, it is the British who decide how an Indian lives. What he may buy, what he may sell. And from their luxury, in the midst of our terrible poverty, they instruct us on what is justice, what is sedition. So, it's only natural that our best young minds assume an air of Eastern dignity, while greedily assimilating every Western weakness as quickly as they can acquire it.
If we have home rule, that'll change.
Would you please? Why should the British grant us home rule? Yeah, we must take the peelings to the goats. We only make wild speeches or perform even wilder acts of terrorism. We've bred an army of anarchists, but not one single group that can really fight the British anywhere. Hello, hello. But I thought you were against fighting. Now, just spread it around. There you are. They like the new peelings mixed in with the rotting ones. Where there's injustice, I've always believed in fighting. The question is, do you fight to change things or do you fight to punish? For myself, I've found we're all such sinners we should leave punishment to God. And if we really want to change things, there are better ways of doing it than derailing trains or slashing someone with a sword.
It's ready.
You see, even here, we live under tyranny. What did I tell you?
Look at him. I can see the British shaking now.
He'll get used to that. I expect so, but...
Hello! I'm looking for Mr. Gandhi. I've been trying to speak to you for a long time. Our crops, we cannot sell them. We have no money, but the landlords still demand the same rent. We have nothing left.
Taylor, sir, up here.
Jesus. What the hell is going on?
I don't know, sir. The agent got a telegram, and it just said he is coming. He gave the time of the train.
Who the hell is he?
I don't know, sir.
Wait for the officer. Get back here. Come back there. Move away. Other way. Come on, you.
Who the devil are you?
My name is Gandhi, Mohandas K. Gandhi.
Well, whoever you are, we don't want you here. I suggest you get back on that train before it leaves.
They seem to want me.
Now, look here. I'll put you under arrest if you'd prefer.
On what charge?
I don't want any trouble.
I'm an Indian traveling in my own country. I see no reason for trouble.
Well, there had better not be.
Come back. Move! Wait for the officer. Get back here.
For years, the landlords have ordered us to grow indigo for dyeing cloth. Always they took part of the crop as rent. But now, everyone buys their cloth from England. So no one wants our indigo. The landlords say we must pay our rent in cash. But we sold. The police have taken the rest. There is no food.
I understand. The landlords are British. What we can do, we will try to do. Shukla, is all Champaran like this?
Yes, but the whole region, hundreds, thousands. Some landlords have tried to help, but what can they do?
Mohan!
Are you Mr. M.K. Gandhi?
Yes.
I'm sorry, you're under arrest.
I'm not sorry at all.
Who did you say would be buying the drinks? Oh, no.
Wouldn't you know? That's the best innings I've had since Oxford.
India's full of grief, old man.
I've got no idea. All I know is there's a riot or something at Moti Hari in Champaran, and the whole company's ordered out.
I would like to see the prisoner, please.
On the left, sir.
Charlie.
Shades of South Africa.
Not quite. They're only holding me until the magistrate's hearing. Then it will be prison.
Did they take your clothes?
These are my clothes now.
You always had a puritanical streak, Mohan.
If I want to be one with them, I have to live like them.
Yes, I think you do, but thank God we all don't. My puritanism runs in a different way. Far too modest for such a display. Couldn't I be let in with the prisoner? I'm a clergyman. They're calling you Bapu. I thought it meant father.
It does. We must be getting old, Charlie.
Well, what do you want me to do?
I think, Charlie, that you can help us most by taking that assignment you've been offered in Fiji. I have to be sure, they have to be sure that what we do can be done by Indians alone. But you know the strategy. The world is full of people who will despise what's happening here. It is their strength that we need. Before you go, you could start us in the right direction.
Well, I must leave from Calcutta. And soon now. You'll have to say goodbye to Bar for me. Well,
There are no goodbyes for us, Charlie. Wherever you are, you will always be in my heart.
I'm going to clear the courtroom.
I'm not sure we'd be able to, sir. It is a first hearing. It's supposed to be public, and he's a lawyer.
I don't know where they found the nerve for all this.
I'm sure I don't either, sir, but the troops won't be here till tomorrow.
How did the press get here before the military?
That English clergyman sent a number of telegrams yesterday afternoon. I understand one of them even went to the Viceroy.
You have been ordered out of the province on the grounds of disturbing the peace.
With respect, I refuse to go.
Do you want to go to jail?
As you wish.
All right. I will release you on bail of 100 rupees until I reach a sentence.
I refuse to pay 100 rupees.
Then I will grant release on bail without payment until I reach a decision.
We are from Bihar. We received a cable this morning from an old friend who was at Cambridge with us. His name is Nehru. I believe you know him.
Indeed.
He tells us you need help, and we have come to give it.
I want to document coldly, rationally, what is being done here. It may take months.
We have no pressing engagements.
You'll have to live with the peasants. There will be risks.
I don't know what this country's coming to.
But good God, man, you yourself raised the rent simply to finance a hunting expedition. Some of these others, beatings, illegal seizures, demanding services without pay, even refusing them water. In India.
Nobody knows what it is to try to get these people to work.
Well, you've made this half-naked, whatever he is, into an international hero. One lone man marching dusty roads, armed only with honesty and a bamboo staff, doing battle with the British Empire. At home, children are writing essays about him.
What do they want?
Gareth,
Yes, sir. There's a rebate on rents paid. They're to be free to grow crops of their own choice, and a commission, part Indian, to hear grievances.
That would satisfy him?
And His Majesty's government. It only needs your signature for the landlords.
It'll be worth it to see the back of him.
Thank you, sir.
We're too damn liberal.
Perhaps. But at least all this has made the government see some sense about what men like Mr. Gandhi should be allowed and what they should be denied.
Where is Mr. Gandhi?
He said he preferred to walk, sir. I followed him most of the way. He's just turned the corner. He came third class.
God, give me patience. My house is honored.
Ah, the honor is ours. I'd like you to meet Dr. Calumber. He's an old friend, and his interest is in flowers. I presume to tell him he could wander your garden while we talked.
I'll send for my gardener. I'm sure you'll have plenty to discuss.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, the hero of Champaran.
Oh, only the stubborn man of Champaran.
Mr. Patel, you know. Maulana Azad, my colleague and a fellow Muslim, and just recently released from prison.
Ada.
Mr. Kriplani. And of course, you know Mr. Nehru.
I'm beginning to know Mr. Nehru.
Please sit down. Do sit down.
Well, gentlemen, I've asked you to come here through Mr. Jinnah's kindness because I've had the chance to see the legislation, and it is exactly as was rumored. Arrest without warrant and automatic imprisonment for possession of materials considered seditious. And your writings are specifically listed.
So much for helping them in the Great War.
There is only one answer to that. Direct action on a scale they can never handle.
I don't think so. Terrorism would only justify their repression. And what kind of leaders would it throw up? Are they likely to be the men we would want at the head of our country?
I, too, have read Mr. Gandhi's writings, but I would rather be ruled by an Indian terrorist than an English one. And I don't intend to submit to that kind of law.
I must say, it seems to me that it's gone beyond remedies like passive resistance.
If I may, I, for one, have never advocated passive anything. I'm with Mr. Jinnah. We must never submit to such laws. Ever. And I think our resistance must be active and provocative. May I? I want to embarrass all those who wish to treat us as slaves. Thank you. All of them. Forgive my stupid illustration.
Allow me.
No, please, but I want to change their minds, not kill them for weaknesses we all possess.
And what resistance would you offer?
The law is due to take effect from April the 6th. I want to call upon the nation to make that a day of prayer and fasting.
You mean a general strike?
I mean a day of prayer and fasting. Of course, no work could be done, no buses, no trains, no factories, no administration. The country would stop.
God, it would terrify them.
350 million people at prayer. Even the English newspapers would have to report that. And explain why.
But could we get people to do it?
Why not?
No, thank you.
Champaran stirred the whole country. Ah, thank you. They're calling you a Mahatma. A great soul.
Mm-hmm. Fortunately, such news comes very slowly to where I live.
I think if we all work to publicize it, all of Congress. Every avenue we know. I could get articles printed in most of the papers in Delhi and Bombay. And the provincial press is bound to pick them up.
Every member of
Once the
Congress
word passed from mosque to mosque,
no government.
if it during the Calcutta campaign, word was spreading at the West
Gate,
there were no taxes for vote.
It's only civilians who resist. Don't you think so, Your Highness?
Of course. The army will always be loyal. That's why we know we've got 500 troops.
Sir, they'll be damn hungry by morning, I'll tell you that.
Excuse me, Your Excellency. Mr. Kinnett.
Sir, I'm afraid it's confirmed, sir. Nothing's working, sir. The buses, the trains, the markets. There's not even any ordinary civilian staff here, sir.
Is it simply Delhi and Bombay?
No, sir. Karachi, Calcutta, Madras, Bangalore. It's total. The army had to take over the telegraph, sir, or we'd be cut off from the world.
Can't believe it.
He's going to sell his own paper tomorrow in Bombay, sir. They've called for a parade on Victoria Road.
Arrest him.
He's to go to the visitors' room.
Bapu, you too? It seems less formal than Mahatma. Since your arrest, the riots have hardly stopped. Not big, but they keep breaking out. I run to stop them, and Patel and Kripalani, they're never at rest. But some English civilians have been killed. And the army is attacking crowds with clubs, sometimes worse.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're not ready yet. In South Africa, our numbers were small.
The government's afraid. They don't know what to do. They're more afraid of terrorism than of you. The Viceroy has agreed to your release if you will speak for nonviolence.
I've never spoken for anything else.
England is so powerful. Its army and its navy, all its modern weapons. But when a great power like that strikes defenseless people, it shows its brutality, its own weakness, especially when those people do not strike back. Fighting back will not work.
But if we riot, if we fight back, we become the vandals and they become the law. If we bear their blows, they are the vandals. God and his law are on earth. We must have the courage to take their anger.
Hamilton, Major.
Should we issue a warning, sir?
They've had their warning. No meeting.